YouTube fam, it is Mary.
Leave
us a like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below, y'all. Today we are going to be talking about the Sister Wives season 17. Tell All Part 2, you all. And let's just say it was a hot smash.
It did not disappoint, though.
It did not disappoint. And you know, I just want to say, yes, we have been hard on Suki, but I think towards the end of it, she was doing a little better.
Yes.
So that's the only breathing room I will give her for that. But you can obviously tell that Suki does not watch the show because there was one point where Janelle was talking about how, Kody was talking about how Janelle actually had left the family because they had gotten so bad with Mary.
2 years.
And then she's like, what? Oh my God, we've never heard of this. And I'm like, we've heard of this, Suki.
Yeah,
if you actually watched the show, you would know that we have heard of this before.
She was in Wyoming for 2 years.
Apparently she was living with her mom.
Yeah.
But he wanted to make it very clear that, she was not leaving me. But when it came to a point where we had found a house that we could all be in, she's like, get that house, because she was thinking about reconciling. And my thing was, Kody, if your relationship with her was fine, then why was she looking for reconciliation? Exactly. It's like you tell on yourself.
She wasn't leaving you because he would say she left. She wasn't leaving me when she left. She was leaving Christina Mary because
they were so dysfunctional.
Right, it was so dysfunctional. She didn't know where she fit in because he was even saying at that time Mary and Christine had some kind of close bond that Janelle could not fit in, so she wasn't really leaving me. But then in the same breath, like you said, he's like, so then she wanted to reconcile with me.
But then also the other same breath, he sat down there and he said that, she did say, I think he said that, I wasn't as supportive as I should have been to her.
Yes,
so,
to Janelle.
Which one is it?
She surely did say that I wasn't as supportive as I was,
right.
And that was the reason. So it's like Janelle actually hit it on the head.
Yeah.
And what she told Suki was that I think that, Kody has this nearsighted view, and it's kind of like intentional. It's convenient. That's the word she used.
Yeah.
It's very convenient for him to have this little myopic view where he's kind of trying to rewrite the history. And I see that a lot, like when you divorce someone, and a lot of times with men.
Yes,
they honestly begin to rewrite history.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
They will totally make up lies that I am telling you, if there was not a witness there, you will actually believe that.
Absolutely.
And this is what Cody's trying to do now. He's trying to say that really all my wives leaving me having 4 wives, and now I only have 1. It's not me. It's actually these women who, for the past 25 to 30 plus years, have not gotten along. They have been just so awful, right? And I have been the one trying to keep them together. Now they just don't want it at all.
Yeah.
That's what he's really this man is trying to convince us of this.
But when he was at the bonfire and we had done that video about how Kody gets violent and he was swinging the wood.
Yes.
Remember in the end when Janelle came and brought herself back, which I thought she shouldn't have. He then talked about how, like a game of chess, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's the king, but on the board, the king can't do shit without the queens. So the thing is, I'm a king, right? But I have 3 queens. I can't move unless y'all are working together. Mind you, Janelle was talking about you and your degeneracy.
Yeah.
You now want to bring it back to the women and about how, really, it's the queens that need to work it out,
and he
not me.
There's not 3 queens. He obviously does not play chess, but anyway.
No, you have 1 queen, and that has always been Robyn.
Yeah.
And Janelle even touched on that. She was like, the thing is with Kody, for years, I would tell him about my issues. This was even before Robyn came.
Exactly.
And he would always be like, I am Switzerland, I can't get involved.
Exactly.
Work it out.
Yeah.
But she says with him, it seems like he has now chosen a side. And it's Robyn's side.
Yes.
So she
Before
said,
he never used to choose sides, that's what she said.
Right.
Now all of a sudden, he's choosing sides, which, it is Robyn's side.
Yeah,
It's Robyn's side. Everybody has to come and kiss Robyn's in his ring.
Yeah.
Like some Godfather trilogy going on here. Now.
Yeah.
No, but what was amazing about this episode is that
he told himself so much.
Yes.
He told himself so much.
Bomb after
bomb after. It was actually phenomenal because I think we all have been talking about in the comment section. We were like, why are they replaying these same old reviews? Like, obviously they don't have nothing else. And like, we literally sat down here and like made hundreds of notes.
And we just
like this is literally just like the notes. Like just it was just a mess, literally. So I mean, also let's talk about.
Goes on. We're going to we have to really break it out.
We have to break it down. There's so many things.
Spend an hour under each section, and this cannot be a 5-hour video.
It really can't because I literally the maximum.
We're gonna have to break it down.
The maximum that I can upload a video is like 40 minutes, and that's really pushing it. So we really always try to do at least 10 to 30 minutes at the most. So that's what we're going to do throughout the week, where we'll be posting more about going into the episode.
Yes.
So I know it's wrapping up.
Yes.
But yes.
So do you want to start from like each person and kind of go through?
I want to talk about how he was still telling on himself.
Yes.
I want to talk about how I'm a polygamist. I was a polygamist. It's all about ego, baby. If there was the point, Suki looked like, oh my god, I'm sitting in front of a narcissist. Like she looked shocked, like, and then even the cameraman, I think he was shocked because he had the camera on Kody, and then he put it on Suki, and then he put it on Kody again for like 10 seconds.
Yes.
And I was like,
and this is when he was actually talking about with Christine, right?
Right.
He said that, and we have been saying this. He said that first when he got married to Mary, right? He said that it was contentious from the very beginning.
You said it was a bad relationship.
It was a bad relationship. As soon as the honeymoon was over, that's when everything kind of just went out.
That's probably when he started talking about polygamy.
Yes, he said he was with someone who he did not get along with.
And then he added someone else to the mix.
And then he goes, and in the beginning, this man was living with Mary's
I was
family.
shocked.
So this man has had no money. And you remember,
from the beginning,
a lot of subscribers kept on telling us this, because I wasn't buying it. I wasn't like.
I think we both
more.
We collectively were not buying it. So, like
but
I remember
kept on saying like, no, well, I'm sure it's not just for the money.
Because
he's there.
Everybody kept on saying in the comment section, it's because of the money. It's because of the money.
Right.
And even the last episode that we did, and we found out that Gwendolyn actually says Robyn ain't got no job. She said that she's working on Sister Wives Closet. That is not functioning. Yes. Like I have gone on that website about 2 times.
Last we heard, the daughters were the ones who were doing that anyway. So she really has no job, Robyn. No viable way of income.
She's a housewife that doesn't do housewife duties.
Right. And so Kody, when you think about it, he was 22 when he married Mary.
She was 19.
Right? And she was 19. He was with her for 3 years.
Right.
So that puts him at 25 when he marries Janelle.
Yes.
And then a year later he marries Christine. So that's 26. You have these 3 wives, right? And then these babies coming.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So he was saying it was contentious with him and Mary. Then he put Janelle in the mix, right? And he kind of diluted, I guess, maybe the contention or maybe the hatred he felt for Mary at this point. But it was still a problem because they did not get along. So I'm wondering when they went to stay with Janelle. Probably was after they stayed with Mary's family.
Yeah.
So this guy is a guy who has not had money from the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he was 22. His father, we know, calls him irresponsible.
Yes.
And probably this was a way of him, like, letting his daddy know, well, look, I got these wives. We're all working. We have a place to live. So they were living in Mary's, then they were living in Janelle's. And then he says, Christine really wanted him. And then he says, but then Christine's family was royalty in the church.
Yes.
And so for him, he felt like, at first, and then he says it wasn't fair that they were royalty.
Right.
Because it kind of put pressure on him. But then in the same breath, he says, but then I was kind of like, I'm going to be like the cool kid. I wanted to be that cool guy who was with this girl whose family is part of the royalty.
And
so in one breath, you say that, oh, it wasn't fair because it was pressure. Then in the second breath, you say, but I'm going to be a cool guy. You see how this man was telling himself,
when you are a liar.
And so Suki was like, oh.
So was it ego?
Was it ego?
He says I was a polygamist. He said I was.
He said I was a polygamist.
Past sense.
Yes.
It's all about ego, baby. And Suki's like,
perfect.
Hilarious. I was like, what? Like, I think I had actually posted on the community about that because I felt so vindicated. Because we had been saying it from the beginning. We don't think these religious feelings that these men be having, and like especially that one guy who had he was basically trying to force his wife into being,
yes.
like after they had what,
Come to
6
find
kids,
out, they're not even together anymore.
they're divorced.
Both wives left him.
No, I'm talking about the one where he had one wife, and he wants to bring in a second
that was
wife.
the other one. Okay, yeah, I got you.
I did not believe that it was a religious feeling, personally.
Yeah.
I just didn't buy it.
No,
and
not
then,
that one.
And then Kody confirmed it, because I feel like we have said this several times on the show.
My
And he
goodness.
just said it. I'm like, I don't know what is going on. I feel like this man is going through something. Like, he has decided, I'm just going to show my ass to the world. I don't give a damn.
Yes.
I have had 3 women
Look
leave.
my ass. Look at it, okay? This is it.
Woo-hoo!
I don't care. I mean, craziness. I could not believe that came out of his mouth.
I think we had to watch it back 3 times.
Yes, but like Mary says, Kody is not the man I met and married anymore.
But the thing is,
He's not the same. And maybe it has taken her hearing him in the confessional that I don't consider myself married to Mary. You know what I'm saying? It has taken that from Mary. This is the first time I've heard her say something like that about Kody.
Yeah.
This is the first time. I've not heard Mary ever speak against Kody like that.
I mean, I feel like she is very hurt. And she's kind of realizing something.
And she's getting some clarity for sure.
I have some hope that her tell-all book will expose some people. That's what I'm hoping. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, this man said it is ego, baby. And you know, I had been hoping that, because you know there's polygamy in parts of Africa, and most parts of Africa.
Yeah.
And I was kind of hoping that it wasn't that. It was more like a spiritual calling, like a cultural thing too. And the need for it, because sometimes there are more men than women, and it's about this family. And that's why I was kind of keeping hope alive. But this man just...
I am somebody who does not believe in polygamy. I don't think it's right.
I feel like from the very beginning,
my
this
issue,
is an ego thing.
I feel like it's also very patriarchal. I hope I said that right.
Right.
But so that's my huge issue with it, because it's really one man having these several different women depend on him, and I feel like if men just naturally they feel like they need to have their ego stroked.
Exactly.
And I feel like when they have multiple wives, you're just really like feeding on that.
Yeah, that's
like,
narcissism there.
Personally, between me and you ladies, I feel like men are more fragile than women in terms of their ego.
Yeah.
Like, they need a stroke, they need to feel like a man. Whereas as a woman, if we have to sit down here and take something, we go ahead and we take it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because Christine knew Kody wasn't shit, which is why she decided to be a yes man, to make him feel empowered. Just like Wendy Williams, she married a man who didn't have shit.
Yeah.
So she decided to make him her manager. But at the end of the day, this is a man who will always feel less than, because your name is on his check.
Yeah.
So that's why I really feel like Christine, who it's not in her nature to just say yes to everything.
Your level.
Exactly.
Very below your level. You are there. Your father is the head of the church.
Right.
So obviously you're probably like one of those ambassadors for the, his family members are like ambassadors for him in a sense.
And Kody has just been in this.
You meet the people, this and that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm sure, I mean, she's a looker, so I'm sure she had guys lining up for her. But she chose Kody. That's what she wanted. She saw the hair, and and she had heard of him and marriage. Oh, this is going to be a wonderful family, so she chose him. But the problem with being with someone who is less than you, that person, like you said, is always going to feel less than.
I mean,
no matter what you do, I mean, we'll go more into that.
We're going to go into that like on another video, because it really gets deep. But that's why I feel like she rolled over.
Yeah.
And because I think we both said it today. Yeah. Like, we said that Christine is not someone who, if she was still in that thing or whatever, she had not married Kody, she would not have been a yes woman.
No.
Like, that's just not in her nature.
No.
Which is why she left first.
Either.
I mean, neither is her mom. Her mom left with multiple kids and multiple wives.
Exactly.
She didn't have to.
Yeah.
But Mary's mom is someone who stayed in that. So naturally, that's how Mary has been raised.
Exactly.
Christine hasn't been raised that way. That's why she left. And that's why it's not in her nature.
She knows that it can be done.
Exactly. So that's why I feel like that's why she decided to be a yes man and just roll over to Kody.
And I'm sure she also had the okay of her father. Because remember, the father in the beginning with her in that house was telling her, when are you going to stop saying yes?
But I feel like a lot of people do not know the importance of not marrying below your station. And that's whatever it is. Like, if you are somebody who has a degree, you should marry somebody who also has a degree.
Yep.
If you are somebody who makes at least $50,000 a year, you should have somebody. I don't know if that's much or not. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. It's something. You should have somebody who makes the same or at least more than you, especially if it's for a woman.
Plus a year, exactly.
I mean, this is really pertaining to just women versus marrying men, not men marrying women. Because I feel like men, they want to be protectors, providers, or whatever naturally. Yeah. And sometimes it gives them a little ego boost if the woman's not making as much as them. Because like, oh, she needs me.
Yeah.
That's that ego stroking thing again.
Yeah. But Kody, he was like, you know, no matter what Christine would have done, I think he would have ended anyway.
For sure.
But for him to say, I was a polygamist, he says, I was. It is all about ego, baby. He said that stuff like he owned that shit.
And then he called Suki baby.
All about ego, baby. I was like, what? Suki's head remained like this. And I think finally the bells has started to ring.
I would not be
all
shocked.
All of a sudden, she wasn't being as biased as I saw her last time.
No.
She all of a sudden was like, I gotta pull back the layers. Let me talk to Janelle and Mary and Christine.
I would not be shocked if Suki skipped her ass home and started watching it from season 1. I would not be shocked if she skipped herself home and started watching it, because she was really trying to get information. Like, even that she was like leaning in, like she even seemed more entertained. She was like, so I mean, why didn't you just tell Mary the issues you were having with her, Janelle? I'm not like that. And then Christine's like, well, she's just aggressive. Really? She's aggressive? Like, Suki was all in the
examples, and I was like, Suki, if you had watched the show, you really have to ask for examples.
But I bet you she gonna go watch the show today.
Oh my goodness. But Kody was just like, he said he was ego baby, and then he talks about Janelle and Christine.
Yes.
And was like, you know, Christine was always shit talking. Now remember, he was saying how Christine was always shit talking. We thought it was happening throughout the marriage.
We thought it was some
the first 2 years,
thing.
right? For the first 2 years, she's shit talking, Mary and Janelle. You've been with Christine for over 20 years. So for the past 20 plus years, she hasn't done that. Why are you still bringing this up? And then he stands back and was like, you know, it got to a point. I needed to know, who can I trust? You know, what is it? Like, aren't you the leader? What do you mean? Who can you trust? How can you speak? You're the leader of this home. But this is where I go back to what the father says.
Crazy.
Irresponsible. This man has been so irresponsible. He had to live in Mary's home, then had to live in Janelle's home. Janelle had to give them part of her, all of her inheritance. Then I'm sure even when she was working away from the home, I'm sure she was contributing to the family fund. And then now, remember when he says that before it was light and fluffy when Christine came in? Now he's trying to make it seem like, well, I mean, when she came in, yes, when Christine came in, it was calm. But then there was this like perpetual strain. We started having children and the focus was different, but there was still a perpetual strain. You never said that before.
No.
You said she came, in fact, you were told if you have 2 wives that don't get along, get the 3rd wife. Okay, this was your ego baby. You needed to have your ego strokes to have the leader's daughter.
Yes.
Married to the leader's daughter. And then you have the nerve in this episode to talk about Christine came and stripped my resources from me. Kody, Miss Mula, you had
none. You had none. You didn't even have a pot to piss in. You damn sure you have no one to throw it out of.
Anything, you were the one. You see how he deflects? You were the one who got the resources from Christine and her family. You know?
This is generosity.
It was just too much. And then the other thing that really kind of put me on alert for Robyn, she asked him, how is your relationship with Robyn?
Oh!
And this man, it took him
over
5 seconds.
You be Suki. You be Suki.
How is your relationship with Robyn? Is it? Do we have time?
No, I'm not going to talk about Robyn. No, I'm not going to talk about Robyn.
Can I show a clip?
Sure. Maybe. I tried to get over a straight face, but I couldn't.
And then she asked him, does like Janelle, do you think that Janelle respects you? You know, let me go back to that, because I would have thought that if she had asked Cody, I was
gonna go
expecting,
down
you know what I was
bro.
expecting him to say? I was expecting him to say, it's heaven on earth. Like right away.
No, but the reason why.
But Cody actually looked like he had to pause to think about the relationship with Robyn. He looked at a loss for words, which made me kind of think to myself, Robyn, I don't know.
Victim number 4.
Because this man right here, he has to think about the relationship with you. He did not even have a smile. He actually looked dumbfounded, at a loss for words, how his relationship with Robyn. So I felt like if it was that great, he would have said, it's heaven on earth.
But Mom, I gotta tell you something
it's
though.
Easy like butter.
But why would this man go on national television when he is public enemy number 1?
Okay.
She's public enemy number 2.
Okay.
Christine has divorced his ass.
Right.
Janelle has separated herself.
She's divorced.
Janelle's divorced.
Janelle's mind, it's over.
Janelle is divorced.
Yes.
He's told Mary to catch a hike
He's mine.
and don't catch no ride.
Divorced.
Exactly.
He's divorced.
Why would he in his right mind go here and say, my relationship with Robyn is phenomenal? Everybody online has been saying that that's his favorite wife. He only cares about Robyn.
Okay.
Why would he go and confirm that? I think he would have crossed that line.
But you know something though?
I don't know. I don't think he would.
You guys look at his face when she asks.
He did look
question.
confused though.
He looked at a
Perturbed.
loss for words. It wasn't like somebody who already knew what he was gonna say, but had said, "I'm not gonna answer that because it's gonna be something else. I'm not gonna answer that." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The man looked at a loss for words, as though he don't know how to describe his relationship with Robyn. This is my concern for Robyn.
I'm not concerned. Come on, get your ass on it. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned. I'm going to sit here cross-legged in my boo-boo, and I'm going to watch the show go downhill.
And then she asked him about Janelle. Do you respect Janelle? Does Janelle respect you?
I don't want respect. I don't want love.
No,
I want respect.
She does not. Absolutely not. And anyhow, I equate love with respect.
Oh, and then,
love and respect are equivalent to me. And I'd rather have respect than love.
And then he had the nerve to say that, the thing is with her, Christine has left me, and Janelle's just following behind me like a puppy dog.
Well, no, like a
But I mean, basically what he was trying to say.
Yes.
He's like, Christine has left me,
Yes.
and now she's just following suit.
Yeah, she's following Christine.
Well, he said he's following her.
Mm-hmm.
So I just felt like all of that was just quite shady.
It was very, very shady. It was actually very, very shady. And then when they showed the time when he talked about the knife in the kidneys, you all remember the knife in the kidneys?
Oh my God.
And we're gonna break that down.
We're gonna break it down.
That's gonna be another
man.
video. But when he talked about the knives in the kidneys, he now saw the clip of it, and he saw the clip where Janelle goes and hugs Janelle goes and hugs Christine.
Wait, I wrote it down.
Wrote it up. Cody was beside himself with anger. He put his 2 fingers up like this.
He says, I don't get that. I was like, what? I said, let me put my hair back on it. What did he say?
And giving Suki now, she has found, she's telling Janelle, but I thought you would like that relationship because, that sister wives getting all together.
Suki literally, I think she,
so Suki's like the bells are ringing now. It's like,
I feel like it's like us when we first started watching Sister Wives, right?
Right.
And we didn't know shit. Like we thought Mary had 2 daughters, not knowing her sister was bad, not knowing her daughter was a whole lesbian out in these streets.
Right.
And we were confused. Everybody's like, no, this is what's going on. I feel like Suki is now like that. So now I'm like, let me be a little more sympathetic to Suki.
She's a Leo, and I was like, oh, Mary has a son too. Like we didn't know until it actually happened.
Yeah.
Like we had no idea. We think she also has a son. That maybe they're estranged. Like we would think all kinds of things because we never watched the show. We started watching 16.
Right.
The tell-all. That's when we got involved with his family.
So I'm hoping Suki actually I know you guys have been saying that we should host it, and I think we should host it. But if they don't hire us, I do think Suki, if you're gonna be there next year, you need to actually watch the show. Because if you don't, I'm gonna be mad all over again. I'm gonna be right here on the YouTube.
Yeah. No, I think now that the bells are ringing in her head, because you could literally see Suki okay.
She was really shocked.
Yeah, she was really trying to.
She was
on a real
flabbergasted.
discovery to find out what's going on with his family. You know, like what she didn't know.
I mean, as an interviewer, I feel like she should know more. But I mean, I guess some
Absolutely.
people just are like, I'm not invested enough to go watch 17 seasons. I mean, the
Well,
people
especially if you're going to host it, you should actually
you should.
watch it. You
At least you
absolutely
have to watch the last 5 episodes.
You should.
Or at least the
Last 5
season.
seasons. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that she will definitely go and watch this and
But-
probably be shocked about the whole thing. Like, oh my goodness, this is a lot. You know?
But just a quick take on the whole unequals thing.
Yeah.
I feel like, yes, Mary said that Kody is not the man who she has married.
Yeah.
Right? But I personally feel that Kody has had all these negative narcissistic traits from the beginning.
Yeah.
And we're gonna dive into all that.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
But I do feel like it's been there from the beginning. But I feel like as you get older, people either get worse with age or they get better.
Yeah.
He just has gotten worse.
Yeah. And I
Perpetually.
think maybe some of the other things, like, you just sort of, like, everybody changes and evolves, right? But you want, as you're getting older, you don't want characteristics that you have in terms of your behavior, the way you handle things.
Yeah.
You don't want that to change. You don't want someone who had integrity before and now they don't.
Yeah.
You know, people don't change in those ways like that, you know?
Right.
So I can see what she means by that, you know? When they talked to, so that was Kody. Janelle, she did say that, they're separated now, but she really hit the nail on the head. I think the one thing she kept on saying was that this is Cody's perspective. He is trying to now say things that are convenient to him. He's trying to, pretty much what she was trying to say,
for his
you're
benefit.
trying to rewrite history. And she kept on saying, I don't remember it that way.
I mean, I feel
Cody
like
remembers it that way. He sees, and she was even trying to show him, in a sense, how to be a leader. Like, you have 2 wives or 3 wives, whatever. You should be able to see both sides.
Yeah.
You can't just sit down and say, I just see this one person's side, and this one person's side is valid.
any woman who's been through a divorce with someone who is a narcissist or
annoyed about
yes, someone who has been with a man who is not that good and is probably annoyed about the whole divorce or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have experienced a man who has rewritten the history.
Yes.
And if you have, please let's have a nice,
Make up
lovely chat.
stories and stuff. I went through that, trying to make up stories and stuff like that. Luckily for me, there are witnesses all over the place, so it was kind of like, no, that's not how. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's not how it was. But
write down your stories. I mean, I haven't been divorced, but I will be
really
responding.
It really does happen. So that was Janelle. She really hit that point. I think anytime Suki spoke to her, she really hit on that point.
Yeah.
This is Cody's perspective. I know he's trying to kind of make it now look a certain way, but that's not what the history is actually, And then Christine was just like, in terms of the whole Robyn thing. Robyn,
we got a bird's eye view to how Robyn has been acting behind the scenes.
From the very beginning.
And we'll be talking about that as well.
From the very beginning.
Yes.
What she does, she will cry to Cody and say that Christine doesn't really, what did she say? She doesn't include me in things. You were living in a whole house by yourself. You took one of her babysitters, T, to come babysit your children in your own house.
Instead of bringing them over.
You have brought them over, at nighttime. You don't need T there because you're there. You could have just brought them over with you during the day and spent the whole time with Christine because she's looking after the kids anyway.
Yeah.
But you didn't. And when Suki asked her specifically, what was the issue with Christine? How was she mean to you?
Oh, she had no answer. She had none.
She was like,
snarky comments.
A snarky comment.
Not including me.
She could not give an example. Not including me in things and telling me, trying to pull rank, telling me how things are supposed to be and run.
Yes.
Christine is the one who was running the home, right?
Right.
And I remember her telling Robyn, like, oh, that would be great to have another helping hand here. But Robyn, you don't want to look after kids. We already know that. Because even with your 3 kids you needed a nanny.
And she never had a nanny.
Before she could start having kids. She needed a nanny. And then she has had a nanny this whole entire time. So right there we know you could not have taken care of 10 kids as Christine was doing.
She can't even take care of one.
Because, and
She has help.
remember the times when, they were getting ready, she'll be like, Aurora, help this person, Brianna, help, like.
But she seemed annoyed even getting the kids ready.
Yes.
I remember her always being like annoyed.
Yes. When you see Kody grabbed her when they went to her house and said, you're too pretty to cook and clean and stuff, remember?
It also meant that you were too pretty to work.
To even look after kids.
Or to get a job.
Exactly.
She's like living a pampered housewife
a
life.
little princess life.
I mean,
Some princess life.
I'm not mad at her because listen,
you came into a polygamous home.
I mean,
you were the fourth wife.
I mean, if that's what you wanted to
You
do, Robyn,
came
there's
and
nothing.
you should have helped because you're the last wife.
Yeah.
And you didn't. You stayed in your little home where Kody wanted you to be because he wanted to go and play like, husband having a mistress over here. I think that fed his ego. He wanted her separate from them.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't come in the home, but you didn't. You could have divided marriage into two.
I personally feel like there's nothing wrong with you wanting to be a housewife. Look, I aspire to be a housewife one day as well. But not in a polygamous family when you are the last wife.
And not you coming in and lying on people.
And just ruining families.
That's what she did. She was telling Kody, lying to Kody, Christine will not include me. Your tail was so lazy you stayed in your house. And Christine has to babysit all these children. You think she has time to follow behind a woman who don't want to work? No, I don't have time to do that. I don't have the brain cells to give to that because I'm busy from sun up to sundown.
That's also why Janelle probably doesn't respect Robyn because she doesn't do shit. You're not taking care of the kids, and you're also not working. But you're also, it's bad enough that you're not doing anything.
Yes.
You're not doing housework, and you're not working out in the business, you're not out there working. But now also you have decided I'm going to sit down here and systematically ruin the family.
Yes.
That's what Janelle did like from the beginning.
Exactly.
That's why she didn't even want to waste her time speaking to my tattoo.
Exactly. She was not even going to try. And I think that from the very beginning, she looked at Christine. And like Janelle said, Christine has had she's such an integral part of the family.
Yeah.
I mean, she has said so. And everyone knows this. And you think Robyn didn't know that when she came to that house?
Of course.
And saw Christine and saw how the children were with her and saw Christine doing all those family games and all that stuff, coming up with all that. You think she didn't see that? And she realized, okay, I need to start lying on this woman. I want to be involved. She's not making me be involved. And then Kody, all of a sudden, you don't like Christine. For what? I mean, she's all confused.
Yeah.
And now he's there. The woman who says, I wanted the family, not the man. I wanted the family more than the man. You have the nerve to lie on her and say, you wanted me. And I wanted you to be with the family. Are you high? Like Kody, he's a horrible person. He's a horrible person. You met Mary, you did not like her, you didn't get along with her, you married her anyway because you needed a place to stay. The father had even kicked his ass out.
He needs to
irresponsible hat out. So he marries Mary, moves into her family's place with no shame.
No shame.
Then brings in Janelle, like some damn degenerate bandit, and then go move into her house.
Yeah.
Take her family inheritance. And then now, okay, daddy, watch me now. Watch me. I'm about to marry the leader's daughter. How about that? You see me now, daddy? With your daddy issues that you've never solved. This is the problem. This is why we got to go on a self-healing journey. Everybody in the world, and since it's New Year's Day, let me just say this. Everyone on earth has to go on the journey of self.
We should do a whole video about that for New Year's.
Right. Self, where you look within you. You take an assessment. Okay? What are the things that trigger you? What are the things that hurt you? Go deep, all the way down into your childhood, everything, to figure out why you're angry. Why are you hurt? Why is this triggering you? Figure it out. Heal that, because ain't nobody coming to help you. Like, his father is dead. He can't come help you, Kody. You got to help your damn self, your horrible self. Because now it looks like he's going to really take Robyn through the ringer. I mean, I mean, you know,
I didn't
don't
even
cry
think
me a river, but the way that man is sounding, how respect is equivalent to love, you know?
No, he said I'd rather be respected than loved.
Yes, he
So
said for
doesn't care.
him, like respect and love is equal in his eyes. But he'd rather have respect than your love, because when she says to him, "Oh, how can people be separated or getting a divorce if they love each other?" He's like, he wants that respect. He don't care about your love. So women, you can talk about love every day, but where Cody's concerned, he wants your respect.
That man's a dangerous brother. Well, a dangerous man. He ain't no brother of mine. But that's my thing.
It is really bad.
It's so horrible the way that
is.
he is now. Like, what really bothers me, because I didn't even think about it when you said it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it clicked when you said it, but
Yeah.
you said he actually looked really lost for words. And I was thinking that he was just.
He did.
He was just putting on an act.
looking, trying to find how to define this relationship. I don't think this is a relationship of passion with him or Robyn.
Really?
No.
Maybe
I think through the years,
if he's his ego?
he has been watching Robyn and realizing deep down, now that he has actually gotten rejected by Christine and Janelle, he realizes that deep down, Robyn is not into him physically. Because you will know that stuff.
Well, also I feel like he probably is realizing that Robyn's using for resources.
So now he's kind of like, give me the respect. I don't even want your love anyhow. Because he already feels rejected. Because she's not into him physically. I don't think she ever has been, like you said.
I mean, she would turn her head. Like, I saw this season 2. Well, really season 1.
Yeah.
Because even when he came to go sneak a kiss with her when his baby mother was in the hospital giving birth, she turned her head.
Yes.
And she was quick to look for the cameraman to get her out of the situation.
Yes.
And I was like, ooh.
So
I would not be
now-
like that if I like my man. I'm
He's
like,
rethinking all of those things now.
Well, he's probably
You know,
like
Robyn
he's
also
being used.
rejects me, you know? Probably she's also a user, you know? I don't even care about love, no way. Because you know why he'll say he doesn't care about love? Because he's not getting love. That's how he feels. He's feeling rejected. He's feeling rejected. Janelle has rejected him. That's why he doesn't get that. I don't get that! As Janelle hugs Christine and he's feeling behind his back. He left and Janelle got up to hug Christine. You see, I don't get that. Deep down, Cody's feeling rejected. And he has been feeling rejected since his childhood when his father thought he was irresponsible. And the father, remember, that brother who died was his favorite. He had wanted that brother to follow into his footsteps for polygamy. But that brother only married one woman that he loved. You know what I'm saying? So Kody has already been rejected by his dad. So this is a childhood thing. Okay? Even though Mary showed him all the love. Mary showed him all the love. He didn't appreciate that. Okay? Janelle was like him in a sense. You know? Like, okay, she looked at it logically. He's going to be fine for me as a husband. You know? This whole family thing dynamic works because I have someone who look after my kids because it's not really my thing. But Christine came with her eyes, her puppy dog eyes, and that's why he loved Christine so much. Also, I think he grew to love her, you know, and because she was hugging him, she was physically showing him love and attention.
I didn't know why he was so hurt when she left. I think he did love Christine
He loved
in his own weird
and
way.
he loved that, that love she showed. But then now he meets Robyn, who he really now loves. But then Robyn is not physically attracted to Kody.
But I think the reason why
he loves her, these little subtle things, and he has overlooked them. But now that he's being rejected by these women, he is seeing it clearly like this.
But I personally think the reason why he loved Robyn is because she gave him. Because remember when he when she was a family, Kody was preaching about this. These women are all independent, and sometimes they don't even listen to me.
Yes.
Robyn comes in and shows him the respect he never had in his life. The respect that he felt he deserved from his daddy, from his family,
and he was still not
from his wives who were independent.
So independent women.
So that's why he lashed at her, because he now felt like a man.
Yes.
We gonna break it down all week, y'all.
And then you realize, okay, you know something? Okay, she don't want me physically. But she's also very logical and cunning. like
Yes.
Janelle and
Yes.
myself
Yes.
and Vicky.
Yes.
He says, okay, I want the respect. You give me the respect, I will love you. You don't give me the respect, you will get nothing. I want respect more than love. In this time of his life, because remember, he had wanted to go to Utah to run for some office.
Getting that respect
The only
again.
reason why he wanted that was to get this kind of respect and power. He's at a place in his life, at his age, he now wants some kind of respect and power.
Mm-hmm.
And when he goes and he looks at all these comments, they probably look so disrespectful to him. He's not getting that. You know what I'm saying?
Not sorry.
And then, of course, his kids are estranged from him.
Yeah.
His kids challenging him, calling him out on his stuff. They are not being respectful. But what you don't get, Cody, is that if you had just talked to those boys, explain your side, but also, let them know, yeah, I've been wrong. It's okay to admit you would have had their respect. You would have been able to maintain those relationships. Because young people, what they don't like more than anything is a hypocrite.
Very true.
They don't like hypocrites. They don't like someone who talks out of both sides of their mouth.
Yeah.
The young people will not respect you with that. We were all young ones, so we understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was, oh my God. It was a doozy.
It was quite a bit.
We have to.
There's so many that we have to talk about. Like, we have so many. We're going to be breaking it down all throughout the week.
But I think the only person we did talk about Mary.
Oh, Christine is going to be dating somebody of the likes of Shamar.
Oh, yeah. She said that he is her type.
I was like,
And Christine, I think that he's single. And they're both born in April. So,
I'm here for Christine getting her groove back. I would like a show like that.
Back. Oh my goodness, Cody will lose his shit.
Christine gets her
dating stuff. Shabab more. Cody will lose his mind. He'll start saying stuff like, I always knew she wanted to go Hollywood.
Listen, I think there should be a spin-off show called Christine and Janelle Get Their Groove Back. Like, can we have that show? Seeing them dating, seeing them going out and about, like them getting snatched, like all that I'm here for. I am here for it.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, Christine, I see you.
She got some statue in her home.
Okay.
But look how bad she was, girl.
I mean, I said something as soon as I saw it. I was like,
She
okay.
was blushing, and the lady was like,
I bet she won't be throwing him out of your boudoir. It's like,
I didn't know you were. She was so red.
I think Suki went home.
Red.
Yes, I think Suki went home as a Christine fan that day. That little cute interaction, I'm sure she was like, okay, I like
because
Christine.
we could tell that she had not been liking Christine that first tell. But I think after Cody made his little statement, she's like, her whole head just stayed like this for a while. Like,
that was so funny. Oh my God, I died. I'm gonna watch it again tonight just to laugh. But it's Mary.
And,
we done spent 50 minutes on this thing basically, so we hope y'all enjoy. It's gonna take a second to upload.
Yes.
But it's Mary.
And
anyway, press the like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below. And if you guys love our content as much as we love making it for you guys, please give a little bit of love by hitting that thanks button, you guys.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
2023.
The Happy New Year song that we sing in Sierra Leone. Happy New Year, we not die, yo, thank God, thank you for the life, oh. Happy New Year, we not die, yo, thank God, thank you for the life, oh.
Yes! Okay.